What if I told you that love isn't enough to make a marriage last? You think I was crazy? But the truth is, most marriages don't fail because of lack of love. They fail because of lack of preparation. Today, we're talking about how premarital counseling can be the key to building a strong, lasting marriage. And trust me, this isn't your grandmother's relationship advice. Think about it like this: athletes train before the big game. Surgeons don't just show up in the operating room and hope for the best. They go through years of training and they keep training year after year. But when it comes to marriages, so many couples just wing it. Just out here winging it. No plan, no strategy, just love. And unfortunately, love alone isn't enough, especially for the ones where love is all about emotions, about how I feel. It's like trying to climb Stone Mountain, Georgia in flip flops. Passionate, but painfully unprepared. Let me know in the comments what's one topic you think every couple should discuss before saying I do. Premarital counseling or coaching, or as we like to call it here at BMCS, marriage planning, gives you the tools to handle conflict, communication, finances, faith. It should have started with faith, right? And more. All these things before issues become problems. Studies show that couples who go through premarital counseling reduce their risk of divorce by 30%. That's huge. But here's the problem: not enough couples take advantage of it. Society tells us that when you meet the right person, everything should work out, fall into place, to have you dreaming up this soulmate marriage. That's about as realistic as expecting your electric car to keep a charge without a charger because you love it. Now, let me ask you this: what do you think is the biggest reason couples avoid premarital counseling? Drop a guess in the comments. I tell you that most people think counseling means that something is wrong. But here's the truth: great marriages aren't found, they're built. Just like you wouldn't wait until your car breaks down to take it in for maintenance. You shouldn't just wait for problems to invest in your marriage, invest in your relationship. Here's some wisdom that goes against our instant gratification culture, right? The best things in life require preparation, intention, and hard work. Your soul knows this well, even if Instagram doesn't show it, right? In marriage planning, you and your partner get a chance to explore the big conversations: money conflict resolution, expectations, not just setting boundaries, but what happens when you cross the boundaries? What happens when you cross it? Intimacy and family dynamics, all these things before they become sources of stress. You learn how to communicate in ways that actually bring you closer instead of pushing you apart. It's like building a house. You wouldn't start construction without a blueprint. So why step into marriage without a solid foundation? You know, one couple we work with discovered they had completely different expectations about having children. You know, he assumed they'd have 4 kids. She was planning on a child-free life. Better to have this conversation before the wedding than 5 years into it, right? And so, yeah, they still together, thriving actually, because they learn how to navigate their differences and compromise uh, to what would best fit their future. Here's a spiritual truth that's radically countercultural: marriage isn't primarily about your happiness. Marriage was never intended to make you happy. You make your marriage happy, and we train you on how to do that. It's about your growth. The Western world has sold us this fairy tale that the right relationship should be effortless and constantly fulfilling. But in reality, marriage is one of the most powerful spiritual journeys you'll ever embark on. It's a sacred container that will reveal your deepest wounds, your hidden patterns, and yes, your capacity for extraordinary love. Marriage planning, and I keep saying planning because counseling is very different from planning. Counseling primarily focuses on providing emotional support and guidance to help someone navigate a personal issue or challenge, while planning is the process of strategically outlining steps and actions to achieve specific objectives, often with a more structured and future focused approach. And the way we approach our planning, you'll get the best of both worlds. This helps you see marriage not just as a romantic partnership, but as a conscious path of evolution from where you start to where you want your relationship to become. Look, imagine having confidence that no matter what challenges come, you and your partner have the skills to handle them together. That's what marriage planning does. It sets you up for success. So tell me, if you could go back in time, what's one thing you wish you knew before getting married? Let's get real now. Come on, let's talk about it in the comments. And for those rolling their eyes thinking we don't need this, we never fight, I hate to break it to you, but that's like saying my car is perfect because I never driven it. The strength of your relationship isn't measured by the absence of conflict, but how you navigate together. Conflict should always be seen as the vehicle to bring you closer to intimacy. Because in conflict, not only you learn more about your mate, you'll also learn so much more about yourself. And proper insight to this fosters ultimate intimacy that you only get from your significant other. Look, in the next video, we're breaking down the biggest myths about premarital counseling and marriage planning, including why even perfect couples need it. And I share one of my secret weapons we use for conflict resolution. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and tap that notification bell so you get and know when the next video is coming. Share this with someone who you think needs to hear it. And remember, investing in your relationship before marriage isn't admitting weaknesses. It's demonstrating wisdom. And don't forget, drop a comment with your thoughts on today's topics. Let's talk about it because the community is where the real magic happens. And we got to do something about this, y'all, because we need to make a change in how we do marriage and how we think about relationships. Time is now.